form in Division 3, but looking for a place in the 4th round for the first time in 8 years, against Leeds United, 7th in the Premiership. The commentator is John Motson.
The Bescott Stadium, to which Wallsall moved 4.5 years ago, lies in the shadow of the busiest stretch of motorway in Europe. But which team travels further on the road to Wembley may depend on the form of two lookalike strikers. Kyle Lightbourne is Walsall's top scorer with 16 goals. He came on a free transfer from Scarborough. While Brian Dean, who cost Leeds £2.7 million, has scored only 5 times this season, which may be one reason why they're now apparently prepared to pay an even bigger fee for another forward. Well, the team that Chris Nicholl has guided to second place in Division 3 includes the experienced left-back Colin Gibson, number 11 Scott Houghton, who started at Spurs, and player coach Kevin Wilson, who has won 40 caps for Northern Ireland. Leeds have Carlton Palmer back after suspension, but Tony Dorigo is injured, and there's no place for Gordon Strachan or Noel Whelan. In fact, they haven't gone beyond the 4th round in the Cup since Howard Wilkinson took over 6 years ago. Jeff Winter of Stockton-on-Tees is the man in charge. And we've got some dazzling kit out there on the pitch. Wallsall in red and white stripes playing from the left, and Leeds in the blue and green stripes, their change kit. Dean, speed, and now McAllister. White is in the middle. It's too long for him. O'Connor clears. Now Worthington. McAllister tries again. 3 in the middle. Worthington. Radover's getting up for this with the header. I think it was actually Lucas Radover who just sneaked in there behind Carlton Palmer. Dean it is, who got the ricochet. Just a bit of a tangle there between Charlie Palmer and Dean, and when Ryder tried to clear it, came back off the Leeds man. Lightbourne. It's Pemberton with him. On by Dean, David White speeds the man in the middle for Leeds here. There's speed, good save by the goalkeeper's legs. Speed, the man defied there by Trevor Wood, who spread himself well. That was the best break by Leeds so far. Speed again in there. And it is McAllister now. Little bit of Premiership quality coming out in that Leeds attack. And their supporters, 3,000 of them, sense they're on top here for the moment. This is McAllister. That's Dean. This is Weatherall. Pemberton. Houghton. They've got 4 or 5 up here, Wallsall. That's Tamak, but it wouldn't be wise to lose it there. McAllister to speed. Carlton Palmer spreading outside him. Brian Dean going the other way. Radover's up there too. Still Palmer battling. Handball given. Free kick to Leeds. Not from there, I wouldn't have thought, but the referee says carry on. This is McAllister. Dean. Kelly. Speed. Worthington. Marsh couldn't get to it. Dean on the far post. Worthington still. Radebe. Well, Gary Speed was on the end of something there for Leeds. It was a good break. David White got down the right sort of ball in too. And well done, Trevor Wood. Gibson digging it out to Lightbourne, now Wilson. Lightbourne goes again. Pemberton will have to be quick here. And coming in is Marsh. It's a goal for Wallsall. Chris Marsh. Leeds sleeping a bit at the back post, but don't take anything away from the Ensley League Division 3 side. They're in the lead with what really, after half an hour, is their first dangerous attack. But Lightbourne gets some credit, and Marsh, the goal scorer, coming in on the other side of the pitch here. Lightbourne got away, Pemberton didn't block the cross, and as it comes over, it's Worthington who's not really there, and Marsh tucks it inside Lukic. And all the ingredients now for a stirring cup tie. The underdogs have the advantage. Chris Marsh, who's 25 next Saturday and still the longest serving player here, but has shot by Kelly as Leeds respond, but Marsh has got the 6,000 Walsall supporters in this 9,000 all-ticket crowd buzzing now. He came in almost unnoticed there on the other side of Worthington, and it was a cool enough finish. John Lukic was a bit bemused, I think, by the sudden appearance there of Marsh at the post. Speed. Kelly. Header in by Speed. Oh, and the touch on by Dean, and what a good save again by Wood. Well, he deserves a moment to wipe his hands on the towel. That was a great tip over. Dean and Leeds denied, but they have a corner, and the danger is still imminent. Flick on, oh, and Dean comes in, and no, it didn't go over the line. Walsall have survived. Quite how, I'm not sure that they know at the moment. But the unlucky player there, Brian Dean, twice in fact in that attack. And here's Pemberton. Radebe. Well, there was a moment there when Leeds must have thought they'd equalised. Brian Dean in the thick of it, gets the header against the bar, and goodness, it seems to hit the post as well on the way out. The net was trembling, but the ball didn't cross the line. McAllister goes nicely away from O'Connor. He's got support from David White. Kevin Wilson was caught by Carlton Palmer. The referee saw it as Walsall's advantage. And Wilson's picked himself up somewhat gingerly as Kelly pumps it forward for Leeds. Speed. Worthington. This is Kelly. Dean comes in, hits the post again. Well, would you believe it? And the referee wants a word with Palmer. Now that's a good piece of refereeing this. The tackle that brought down Kevin Wilson happened a long time ago, but the ball didn't go out of play for ages. And the referee waited and waited and waited, and now he's going to give Carlton Palmer the yellow card for the foul on Kevin Wilson some little time ago. In the time that elapsed, which is perhaps why the crowd are a bit confused, Brian Deane again hit the angle of the goal, but not the net. Tamak. Marsh. Everybody knows his job in this Wallsall side. Well schooled and giving Leeds quite a headache here. This is Carlton Palmer, and that's, look at that, that's a sign of anxiety. Straight to Houghton, who's away. Lightbourne's in the middle, he's the only one who is for Wallsall at the minute. Houghton decides to shoot, which was, I think, the right decision. And the Saddlers, as Wallsall are nicknamed, are having a good 15 minutes here, both in terms of what they've done at that end and their survival at the other. It's all gone their way, and it certainly hasn't gone for Brian Deane. Well played by Rudder. Here's speed. They want somebody coming up to his right now. Ideally, it's Kelly who's wide. Now the other way comes... oh, well, that was the problem. They didn't. Marsh. Looking for Lightbourne. Oh, he's got away from Pemberton. It's Kyle Lightbourne. It's a good save by John Lukic. He could have kept Leeds in the cup there, right on half-time. If they'd gone in 2-0 down, goodness knows what would have happened. Here's McAllister. That came in stoppage time. Kyle Lightbourne was right through, but how well John Lukic spread himself there. But here's David White at the other end. He forces a corner. 2 minutes of stoppage time played at the end of the first half. And Lukic, well, we'll see how important that save might prove. For the moment, it's a corner to Leeds. Nigel Worthington to curl it in, if there's time. Ooh, speed nearly got the flick on again, and that is half-time. And the Bescott Stadium is alight and alive here with enthusiastic Wallsall supporters who saw Chris Marsh, who scored against West Ham in the Coca-Cola Cup earlier this season, on target again against Premier opposition. But after that, Brian Deane did everything but score for Leeds, and then Kyle Lightbourne nearly made it 2-0 for Wallsall. Good cup tie. One of Walsall's staunchest supporters, 83-year-old Kitty Lyon. She was here in 1933 when they beat Herbert Chapman's Arsenal at Fellows Park down the road, and she's at the Bescott today when at the moment another shot is in the offing. Well, Leeds got knocked out of the FA Cup by a team from a lower division last season, Oxford. They lost to Mansfield in this season's Coca-Cola Cup. And here they are, a goal down at Wallsall. That's Rudder. Well, these are worrying times for Howard Wilkinson. Deane again, he's certainly showing up for every ball, Brian Deane. He hasn't allowed his head to drop, but nothing's gone for him. Here's Kelly. 4 pressed right up for Leeds here. Palmer. White. In it goes towards Deane again, and he's got half a yard. Not enough. Corner, is it? Yes. Charlie Palmer cut the space down and got the touch. Corner to Leeds. Dean's in the thick of that again. It's good defending. Charlie Tamak to Kevin Wilson. What a good little ball that is. That's a terrific pass from Kevin Wilson. Houghton's got it now. Look at this. Marsh is steaming it on this side. And Wallsall moving the play so quickly. A delightful pass in the middle of that attack from the experienced Kevin Wilson. Speed's header. Carlton Palmer to Worthington. Dean! Oh, how did he claw that one out? Trevor Wood foils Brian Dean yet again. That did look like the equaliser. Lovely cross by Nigel Worthington. Dean gets the firm header, and the left hand of Wood just rescues it by the post. Dean. Kelly again. And Dean coming in again. Tamak, Wilson. Bit short, the second one from Charlie Tamak, but look at O'Connor there. Look at the way they're knocking this ball about. That was a terrific attempt by Marsh to get Houghton in on the diagonal ball. Excellent football by Wallsall there. But they've got their hands full with Leeds seeking to salvage the reputation. Here's Kelly. Speed comes in far side with the header. McAllister! Oh, and the goalkeeper again! Great reflexes. Calmly wipes his hands on the towel. What a tip over this was. It's Kelly with the long cross. Watch for Speed coming in on the header. Then look for Gary McAllister on the volley. And there's Wood. Corner. McAllister will take this. Speed. Oh, and it's Dean again. Injured player is Gibson. Now Trevor Wood, the saves are piling up here. It's a good cross by Kelly. Speed, McAllister, look at that. Showing super reflexes. And Howard Wilkinson, pad and paper in hand, needs to come up with a formula here to save his team's reputation. Scott Houghton. Oh, he's got a good run inside here. Houghton, he's going all the way. Took 3 to stop him. Pemberton's tackle in the end. White. And there goes Gary Kelly. It's Marsh who's got to do the defending now. The early ball in. Charlie Palmer. Oh, look at that little touch. That belongs to a higher class, perhaps, than you might expect here. And it's Houghton going again, and Lightbourne's in the centre. What a great chance for Wallsall. Lightbourne. Lukic got a flapping hand to it. I'm not even sure it was going in. It didn't look like a confident finish to me, but it could have been 2-0 nonetheless. Quality in the build-up by Wallsall. They're really doing Chris Nicholl proud. It was a great build-up by Wallsall, this, and Lightbourne is clear, really. Tried to just jab it over Lukic, he should have got a hand to it. And Leeds must have thought there that their FA Cup exit was near. As it is, they can still come back. It's Dean. Kelly. McAllister. Palmer makes the run forward. White. Speed is outside him. Masinga's in the middle now. Still Speed. Palmer! Oh! Wood with the heroics once more. Speed's cross, firm header, flying save. Worthington starts a run from left back for Leeds. There are others waiting in the middle here. Masinga's in there. It's still Speed. Oh, hit the post! Carlton Palmer hit the post! Oh, twice over, speed again, it's not over yet. How many more times? Oh, Wallsall going to have a let-off like that. In by Dean. Well, it was rat-a-tat-tat against the goalpost there. Gary Speed first and then Carlton Palmer. This is Pemberton. Dean. Palmer again. Player down for Leeds on this side, but play goes on with Dean. Masinga's in there. It's in! No, pushing. Not given. Referee has given a free kick. And the effort will not count for Masinga. Dean is the man that knocks the ball in. Masinga is coming in now. It's the push on Wayne Evans, I would think, which is why it's disallowed. Now, earlier on, there was even greater drama. There's Speed's effort against the post. Carlton Palmer against the other post. And then, as he tries to head it, they've rescued themselves, Wallsall, once more. Now then, pushing this time gives Leeds the free kick, and there is still hope for them. Make no mistake about that. McAllister will take it, and they'll pack the penalty area. They're all up now. Pemberton, Weatherall. Oh, and that is a header by Weatherall. And this time, Leeds have equalised. They've saved themselves. Weatherall, the man who's been nursing a head wound for several days, the ball is played in by McAllister, and up he gets, number 6, and it goes in the corner. It's a good header, actually, that, make no mistake, and Leeds are level. Well, Chris Nichols so close. Leeds are still in the FA Cup, but only just. Survival for the Premiership side with a goal 3 minutes from the end after they'd peppered the Wallsall goalkeeper and the goalpost, and after Wallsall themselves had done the Ensley League absolutely proud. Marsh's goal had them in front for a long time, but the real hero back there was Trevor Wood, who made so many good saves and was finally beaten by the Weatherall goal that takes the tie back to Elland Road the week after next. And such is the quality of Walsall's football, you wouldn't rule them out of that one either. What a gripping match here at the Bescott Stadium.
Chris, how do you react to a cup tie like that? On the one hand, you're 3 minutes away from glory. On the other hand, you've still got a replay to look forward to.
Well, I'm proud of them. Basically, I thought they did themselves justice. We played some excellent stuff. We made 1 or 2 chances. Disappointing to lose right in the death. The lads are a bit disappointed in there, and that's a good sign, I think.
I have no complaints. I mean, I thought we were absolutely magnificent today. Given the circumstances, given the chances we created, given the number of times we hit the bar, I've never had a side show as much character. They were absolutely magnificent and kept going right to the end. I mean, I don't know when we scored, but it must have been very, very late on. But sometimes when you're as unfortunate as that, you can start to think that it's not going to happen for you.
Well, obviously, I really enjoyed it. You know, it was a tremendous atmosphere. Both sets of supporters were a credit. And, you know, you want to play in those sort of games every week. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. And obviously, you know, I made a few saves, so it was nice.
Well, he had a super game, but you have to admire the resilience of Leeds for keeping going as right to the very end there.
It was a great game to watch. I mean, there was drama, excitement, lots of good football and great chances at both ends, but Leeds kept plugging away and they showed tremendous strength of character, really did. They've already hit the woodwork 3 times before this happens. There's 10 minutes left in the game. Speed gets the ball wide in the left, and he does really well because he powers through 2 tackles. Here he goes through the first one, then powers his way through the second one, picks himself up, he hits it, magnificent strike, left peg, hits the post. Now watch Carlton Palmer, number 4. He's got his hand up because he thinks it's in. If he had reacted quicker, he would have been in there and put it in the back of the net. But he hits the post, then it's virtual pandemonium in there. So it's going badly for Leeds, and then worse was to follow. Dean plays a ball into the box. And Masinga goes up with Woods, and I can't see where the referee can give a push there. I think it's a great headed goal.
Possible hint of offside?
Well, maybe, but I think the referee gave it for a push. But Leeds kept going and going. And this is 3 minutes to go. McAllister free kick, puts it in. Weatherall, great header. And although Wallsall played very, very well in the day, I always thought they were vulnerable in the air. And Leeds did exploit that in the end, but they just kept plugging away.
Well, Wallsall certainly aren't out of it, are they, Trevor? I mean, they did play some good football today, some nice quality football.
I think that's the thing that struck me. I mean, a credit to Chris Nicholl, really, because he's obviously imposed and encouraged a certain style of play, and I think they relished this, and it's shown in the goal. I mean, you know, a very patient build-up, but then knock it back, it's not on at the moment. Then he clips a good ball into the front man, Lightbourne, who just knocks it off, and then Kevin Wilson, very experienced player, picks him out again. He's just got that half a yard, and you know, just goes to sleep Nigel Worthington, and coming in on the blind side, Chris Marsh squeezes in the near post. But I mean, it was a very composed and controlled display, and I mean, here, midway through the second half, again, it's Martin O'Connor, the club captain, who knocks that. He's now galloping down the left wing, and Kevin Wilson again picks him out into his stride. And there's Carl Lightbourne, must think to himself, this is my moment, and on his left foot tries to lift it over. But it's one of those chances. He's going to run that through in his sleep tonight, and it still doesn't go in, but I mean, he's going to keep hoping it does.
That would have sealed it, wouldn't it?
I mean, I think that second goal then would have finished him.
Now, what about the goalkeeper? He certainly did have his moments of glory today. He looks as capable of having more.
Well, I think, you know, you throw up goalkeepers in third rounds, don't you? And it was definitely Trevor Wood's day. He started, really, I mean, the first opening, I think it was about 20 minutes into the game, David White broke clear, Gary Speed going in at the near post. He spreads himself very, very well, and that, in fact, set the pattern for the rest of the afternoon.
And this was Leeds' aerial supremacy. Kelly, Speed wins the first header, Dean the second header, but Woods, terrific reflexes and a great save.
It's certainly going to be a video to be run in the Wood household, I think. This is the best one for me of the whole afternoon. He gets into the middle and then throws himself to the left at full stretch and to make that save. I think that was the best one. And he probably thought at that stage, this is going to be my day, but had that little one up their sleeve.
Well, he's a household name in other people's houses tonight. That's good. Well, that fame...
As Leeds eventually found a way to beat 3rd Division Wallsall and book their place in the 4th round.
In the end, Leeds ran away with the game, but 3rd Division Wallsall made them work mighty hard for it. Brian Dean knocked the opener, combining with Noel Whelan to shrug off the attentions of Wallsall keeper Trevor Wood and defender Charlie Palmer after only 8 minutes. The Saddlers, though, were far from unseated by this turn of events and came roaring back at Leeds. Kyle Lightbourne was brought down for a penalty on 28 minutes in front of the travelling fans. Martin O'Connor was in no mood to waste the opportunity to bring Wallsall level. But their delight didn't last long. 9 minutes later, they failed to clear a corner properly. Gary McAllister was able to measure his cross to perfection. David Weatherall nodded Leeds ahead again. But they couldn't kill the game off, and 19 minutes from the end, Weatherall's head was again important. Kevin Wilson broke upfield and attempted a long shot. The big Leeds defender's head took the ball past John Lukic and the replay into extra time. Beaten by Oxford in the FA Cup last year and Mansfield in the League Cup this season, Leeds fans must have had visions of another unpalatable defeat, but super sub Phil Masinga's fresh legs proved decisive as he grabbed a quick-fire hat-trick to book a 4th round tie with Oldham. Though he spoiled the moment by receiving a yellow card for these celebrations in front of the Wallsall supporters just before the halfway mark in extra time. 2 minutes later, it was 4-2 when Masinga's close-range header completed a neat corner routine. McAllister with the kick, Gary Speed with the flick on. And Masinga completed the scoring on 114 minutes. Brian Dean's chip over a very tired Wallsall defence, and the finish was sweet for the best goal of the night. 5-2 the final score, but Wallsall can hold their heads high after playing their part in 2 thrilling cup ties.
I was very disappointed for the players and for our fans. To lose 5 goals in the end was a bit humiliating, I think. After all the effort they'd put in, and at 2-2 at full time, I was so proud of them, and I think our fans were too. So I feel more for the players and their suffering, conceding 5 goals in the end.
A long night and all's well that ends well, eh? We deserved to win after 90 minutes. We deserved to win at their place, but we didn't. We missed a hell of a lot of chances. They had some miraculous escapes, and we finish up 2 each after 90 minutes, and you start to wonder.
I think I'm still in a learning process. I mean, I've been a part-time player for quite a long time. It's my first professional experience this year. Then I'm still telling myself that I'm still in a learning process. But with players like Gary McAllister and the Carlton Palmers, I think they'll make me feel at home.